Hi there, happy Wednesday. It was 75 degrees today. Everybody's lost their minds, including me. We're gonna have steaks and salad tonight. It's sort of a steak and salad kind of night. But I didn't clean the grill yet. I haven't done any of that stuff yet. So we're gonna use our grill pan. And I have my steak in a marinade. It's been in there all day, and I took it out an hour ago because then you can get it up to room temperature and it'll cook more quickly and more evenly. So I will tell you about the marinade in a minute. We're gonna get our salad dressing started because that needs to boil for a minute and then cool. So this is one of my grandmother's recipes. You see again, it's very well loved. It's for Napa cabbage salad, and it's a Chinese cabbage salad. So you use this kind of cabbage, a Napa cabbage, and because I'm like a broken record, because my kids are unlikely to eat this, I'm just gonna use half of it. That's still probably gonna be more than I need. And because it's hard to clean the inside of a cabbage, I am gonna run this through the salad spinner really quickly. Had a moment where I was thinking maybe I'm doing this in the wrong order, because we did say that we're going to do the dressing first. So this is the funny thing with the dressing. You use ramen noodles, and you don't have to do this, but this is the recipe. And you use the seasoning packet. And see, I'm going to use my tiny little butter warmer because it really does not use very much. And you use, it says 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I have never used 1/3 of a cup of sugar in this. That's a lot. And we are now motivated to get our summer figure back. So I'm just gonna use a couple tablespoons, which is like 1/8 of a cup. And we also need, what do we need? Vinegar. We need 1/4 of a cup of vinegar and 1/2 a cup of oil. And when she says oil, she means like this kind. So I'm gonna put 1/2 a cup of oil. I've got it on the milliliters side. There we go. 1/2 a cup of oil and 1/4 of a cup of vinegar. Now I'm gonna use this rice vinegar because I have it. You don't have to. I'm sure she probably used just white vinegar. And I have this looks like a 5-gallon container of that over there, which I should probably use more of because it's just sitting out on the counter. And you also want a couple tablespoons. Or is it 1 tablespoon? Oh, no, it's 2. It says 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I also, as sort of an unauthorized ad, I use some sesame oil too. I really love sesame oil. You don't need to use a lot. It's pretty strong. And then we're just gonna start that on its little boiling adventure here. It will, the minute it boils, turn it off because you don't want that sugar to seize up on you. Okay, so we've got that. The other thing we need to do for this salad is you take the noodles and you toast them in a skillet. And you have to kind of break them up. And I usually kind of break them up in the package. But sometimes, this is what, I was gonna have Philip do this part for me since I kind of sent him away yesterday. I felt like, you know, I was reading this book, or this article, which is about a book that a friend of mine from high school wrote, Michaeline Duclair. I don't know if you've seen this book sort of circulating around. She's an NPR correspondent. We went to the same graduate program too, and we double dated to prom. Our lives sort of were like ships passing in the night. She moved to San Francisco right as I was leaving. And I went to the same graduate program right after she left. So it's really funny. But anyway, buy her book. Make it a bestseller. It seems like it's really good. It's called Hunt, Gather, Parent. Anyway, one of the things she talks about in it is getting kids to help out in small ways makes them more helpful later. And I was looking at that video last night and I thought, you know, here are all these opportunities. I could have had Philip, you know, do the pepper on the fish. I could have had him break up the thyme, all of these little things that I didn't have him do. And now I feel dumb about it, and now he's not gonna help me. But anyway, we got our noodles. And the other thing we use is almonds. These are already toasted, so I might not toast them with that. But you put them in a skillet with some sesame seeds, and these are already toasted too. So we don't really need to do that. But we are gonna toast the noodles, and you're supposed to add a little oil to the pan, and they burn really quickly, so you have to be on it. Okay, now our salad dressing is boiling, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna move that off the heat. You see, look, it's gone down into like a nice little dressing, and that'll cool off. And we're gonna add our almonds and our sesame seeds, and then we're just gonna kind of let that do its thing a little bit. Give it a little heat and toast all that. And you'll want to stir it around periodically. So while that's going, I'm gonna rinse off this cabbage and put it in the salad spinner. It's so funny. I mean, this salad, I'm sure I've seen it other places, like at potlucks and stuff. There must have been like a, you know, Better Homes and Gardens on it or something. Okay. Now, while so we're gonna salad spin, and I'll tell you what's in the marinade for the meat. Now, I usually do either a skirt steak or a flank steak, but that wouldn't have fit in my grill pan. That's really more for an actual grill. So what's in the marinade is some sesame oil, soy sauce, garlic, ginger, like crushed ginger, chopped ginger, some white pepper, and fish sauce, and gosh, what else is in it? Oh, you know, I use those liquid amino acids. You can either use, some of them are based in coconut and some are based in soy. You know, those Bragg's aminos. And some 5-spice powder, Chinese 5-spice powder, which is like star anise and cinnamon and stuff. I think that's it. That sounds like about it. And some regular oil, just like the kind that we used in the salad, just to give it a little depth. And that's kind of it. And then I leave it in the fridge all day. And I ended up getting like a London broil, like a round, which is, you know, you kind of have to really watch that because it is, it's not super high in fat, but it's one of the reasons you marinate it. It'll kind of break it down a little bit. And so look, our little noodles and stuff are nice. They're getting a little toasted. I'm trying to watch those while I'm talking to you, which is maybe why I'm not making a lot of sense. So that is, what else do we have? Oh, we have scallions for our salad. So this recipe says to use a bunch of scallions. I am not going to use a whole bunch of scallions. I'll probably use, again, I'm using half of the cabbage. I'll probably use like 3. And you want to give those a chop and then put them in with the cabbage and everything. And get that working. So you'll want your like nuts and stuff, that kind of crunchy bits. You can put that on paper towels to get the oil absorbed out of them. And then you can assemble everything in your salad except for the dressing, because the dressing needs to cool anyway. And then just let that dressing cool, let your steak cook. I mean, by the time the steak is cooked, everything should be ready to go. And, you know, you'll also just, I mean, even though I spun it, the cabbage is still a little wet, so I'm just gonna keep everything separate until I finish with the steak. And then I also need to boil some water to steam some green beans because my children are not gonna eat the cabbage salad. And basically you just kind of, at this point, depending on what steak you use and what thickness it is, will kind of dictate how long it takes to cook. So I'm not going to tell you any kind of timing on that. Like if it's a flank steak or a skirt steak, it's really quick. Skirt steak's like 2 minutes a side, and flank steak's like 3 or 4 minutes a side for medium rare. And the London broil takes a little longer, but this is actually, I got a smallish one because I felt like, again, like it's just me and the kids eating it, and I never know what to do with leftover steak. So anyway, that is that. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna finish my Campari and soda, I'm gonna check on the kids and let everything cool off and dry off, and then I'm gonna get the steak on. And maybe this weekend I'll get the grill cleaned up, and I can actually grill steak next week and keep the smell out of my house. Anyway, buy that book. Buy my friend's book, Hunt, Gather, Parent, Michaeline Duclaff, Loudoun County High School. Represent. Bye.